So with everything that is happening, artifacts is on the list. That is right. So we have got some things that we need to talk about in terms of the artifact side of things. So first things first, as you guys know, salvaging is going to get buffed up. As you guys can see, we did get a bit of a glimpse of it. Pretty much, yeah, I mean, all it is that if you salvage artifacts that aren't leveled up, they give you minimum amount of like materials back. If you salvage the ones that you've worked on, like level 5, 10, 15s, the higher the level, the more you get back. Realistically, again, this is just a W improvement in terms of when you're just farming and you've just got things that you don't need, you could just kind of salvage it, and over time it does accumulate quite nicely. So again, it's just a nice little update to have, of course. Now let's talk about artifacts. Now as you guys know, obviously with the dungeons, there are going to be new bosses to fight against, and artifacts are going to be obtainable. Now obviously artifacts that are already in the game, obviously those are going to be pre-farmed at higher levels, but as you guys can see, new sets are now available. So let's take a look. So yeah, Alpha coming in clutch, giving us the new look. So obviously it's pretty much right here in the accessories. Oh, there's another one there. So there's two accessories right there, looking absolutely beautiful. And then in terms of the artifacts, it's the Igris helmet and then the Witch's hat, which is okay. Well, Crimson Knight helmet and then the Selrix hat. There we go. And then whoa, romantic seashell bracelet, as well as the hot summer sandals. So obviously these are through the event, that's kind of why they've added those in. Alright, so let's take a look at the artifacts on what is being shown. So here's one of the new sets, as you guys can see. So with a 2 set, when the user uses their QTE skills, support skills, or even ultimate skill, it increases user and their team's element weakness damage dealt by 5%, and that's on for 30 seconds. If you're on a 4 set, then the duration is extended by an extra 30 seconds, so 60 seconds, and it increases the element weakness damage, and it increases the effect stack maximum to 3 instances. Okay, well, it says it increases element weakness damage, but we don't know to what amount, so okay. But either way, yeah, I guess in like Power of Destructions or any type of fights that give you that element weakness damage dealt increase, yeah, I mean, clearly this would you would throw this on your support characters 100%. This is for support units, no doubt, just to get that buff going on for your whole team, of course. So yep, supporting element of weakness damage along with your DPS unit. So yeah, that's a pretty solid artifact. The Crimson Knight helmet. Okay, what is this? Increases the user's attack and defense by 4%. When the user attacks, wait, what? When the user's attacks hit their attack and defense. What? When the user's attack hit, their attack and defense increase by 3% for 6 seconds. And you can stack this up 8 times. Cooldown is 0.5 seconds. So in total, that's a 24% increase in attack and defense. It's not too bad. Okay, alright. This is, again, a decently universal artifact that I will say. Okay. Let's have a look at the next one. So increases the user's HP by 8%, and then increases the user's healing given by 8%, increases the damage... Wait, what? Increases the damage of the team member with the highest total power by 8%. Okay, so clearly, healers. Here's your new set, and beautiful. Hansam is going to be loving this set, we'll say that much. But again, yeah, so this is clearly for the healers. I mean, technically speaking, this is like an alternative set from the Noble Sacrifice, because on Noble Sacrifice you lose out on 8%, but your whole team gets 8%. But with this specific one, it's the highest attacking team member that gets the 8%, but the character itself isn't exactly losing anything. It's more of a gain overall rise, right? So that's not too bad. I like that. Obsidian bracelet. What the frick is going on? Outstanding ability. What is this? When the user has 70% or more of their MP, the damage dealt increases by 10%. The damage dealt increases effect potency increases to 25%, and this effect now triggers when the user is at 40% or more of their maximum MP. Is this supposed to be for Mamma Mia? I mean, that's what it clearly looks at. But this is clearly off MP scaling. So yeah, I mean, I feel like this is for them to be like, here you go, here's a set for Mamma Mia. That's what it, you know, that's the vibe that I'm getting. But okay, yeah, not too bad. Scaling off MP, I mean, can't go wrong with that. Again, it's pretty much on the same line of like the Executioner set and whatnot. What else? What's the other one? I forgot. The Executioner set, the Berserker set, of course, right? They've got that percentage stipulation, but this one is just working off from the MP, so yeah, can't go wrong with that one. But yeah, there you go. So those are the new sets. I mean, not too bad of sets, to be honest. All the summer sets. The user's critical hit rate increases by 8%. The user's critical hit damage increases by 32%. Am I going crazy? It's the exact same with the toughness set. What? I mean, it's going to be at a higher level. We know that. Okay, higher level. There you go. And then the Romantic Seashell. When landing a critical hit, the user has a 25% chance to increase attack by 0.8%, stacking up to 100 times. Wait. This is just the expert set, yeah. So basically, they've just redone the expert set and the toughness set in a summary vibe, but it's going to be in a high level mark, which means stat-wise it's going to be a lot more higher if you are wanting to carry on utilizing those specific gear sets for ongoing characters, right? Okay, interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like it should have been something unique and different, but it is what it is. Or maybe up the rate a little bit. Come on, give us something. Okay. Alright, fair enough. But yeah, so those are the artifacts sets on hand. So yeah, so these new artifacts can be gained through the gates with difficulty 34 or higher. The new artifacts can be obtained through the instant dungeons and the on-call missions, of course. The rares are going to be level 65, the heroics are going to be level 70, and legendary are going to be level 75. So that is pretty much what we're looking out for in terms of now these new sets of artifacts coming in. But yeah, it's all 4 sets, 2 to 4 sets, no 8 sets. Obviously 8 sets will probably only be for Workshop or Brilliant Light if they choose to add some new ones on that part, but that's kind of what we're looking at right now. While we're talking about artifacts, let's just kind of bring in the additional SR exclusive weapons that are going to be added. They're adding in the 2 weapons that I want to cater to so much, but I think what I'm leaning towards to catering to Park, but then again her ultimate isn't exactly, well, the ultimate support isn't exactly needed for Amamiya, truth be told, but yeah, 2 of the better SR weapons to actually fully focus and cater to are now going to be within the lists, so that's yeah, that's dope as hell. So yeah, so pretty much just an overall look at the artifacts. Again, with these 2 summary vibes artifacts, it's just better for getting it in a higher legendary status without having to grind for it, fingers crossed. Maybe it's more easier from that, and if that is the case, then technically speaking we're getting a high level artifacts with what it's doing being the same as before with the other artifacts that we currently have, but obviously with it being a high level we can gain more stats for it, so it just kind of gives us a bit of a early helping hand. In terms of the newer artifacts, this is definitely going to be for the support typings. This is going to be universally for like offensive, and even certain breakers can also benefit from this, so that's pretty nice, especially those that scale off from defense too, by the way, so there's that. This is hand on heart, just perfect for healers, supporters, clearly mainly healers, and then this is again in a way working in similar fashion of the Executioner and the Berserker set, just kind of scaling off from MP, so realistically more for Amamiya, but then again she is kind of reducing her MP, but she's also, well no, she's also kind of regenerating it back, of course, so yeah, that's kind of how we're going to be utilizing this. So there's that, but yeah, so again this is more for DPS characters, I would say. But yeah, not bad on the new set, nothing too crazy, we'll say that, nothing too crazy with the new artifacts, but new artifacts are in. You know, overall pretty decent, can't go wrong with them. But I think with myself personally, with the higher level of the current artifacts that we have, I think those are the ones that I'm really going to be doing my best to cater to. I am going to try and push and hope and get something good for like support characters, because I do feel like this is going to be huge. Not too bothered about, actually, well no, this will be pretty nice for a good healer, so I'll probably have something cooking up for that. Not too worried about the Warmonger set, but I mean we'll eventually get something cooking for it. And then outstanding ability, I'll probably just do that for the YOLO for Amamiya, so that's kind of what I'm looking at. But anyway, there we go, those are the new artifacts that are going to be coming in, so that's pretty dope. And yeah, hopefully RNG's in our favor and we get some good artifacts with some good stats.